Okay, so on the last row, we added corners to our square, or to our circle, and turned it into a square. But as you look at it, it's still very circular. And so generally, when you're making a small square, the row where you go from circle to square should not be your last row, because you're not going to get a perfect square or a nice square that way. So we're going to add one more row, and this is going to be just a single crochet row with corners to make it nice and even. Now, because we're now working on straight sides and not a curve, we can work stitch for stitch. So for every stitch of the last row, we will add one stitch. The only place where we will add extra stitches is in the corner. So in order to get to a single crochet, I have to chain one. That chain one counts as my first single crochet. Now I can just work one single crochet in each stitch across the side, including my chains. So I'm just going to put one single crochet in each stitch until I get to that chain corner that I made. Alright, so here I am. I'm at the corner where I chained 2, and I'm going to do the same thing I did in the last row. I'm going to single crochet twice in the chain, and then chain 2. Actually, I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to tighten my corner, and then I'm going to single crochet twice more. Now, let me explain why I did it that way. I only put one chain in this corner because I'm going to finish on this row. I don't need extra space here to work in. The 2 chains that I did in the previous row gave me room to put lots of stitches. This chain is just my turning chain that creates my corner, but I don't need extra space inside of there in order to work, because I've already decided this is going to be my last row. Alright, so then we're going to continue across the next side. Remember, we don't need to add any stitches. We can go stitch for stitch because we're working on a straight edge now, not on a curve. So I just stitch straight across, one single crochet in each chain or single crochet of the lower row. And because I didn't tell you how many stitches to put in your circle, you may have a different number than me, so I'm not going to give you any numbers. It's just 1 for 1. And then it brings me back to my corner. So again, in order to make my corner, I'm going to do 2 single crochets in my corner, 1 chain just to turn, and then 2 single crochets, which are the beginning of the next row. Alright, so there I have now 2 corners and a straight row of my square. Continue working like this all the way around and join it with a slip stitch.